Hey, I'm Jonathan with Acoustic Sounds in Salina, Kansas, and today we're going to be going over the new releases for March 7th, 2025. Couple of quick announcements. The Analogue Productions CCR Absolute Originals box set was finished earlier than expected and will be shipping on Monday. Additionally, the New York Times came to Salina, Kansas recently to interview Chad and Acoustic Sounds. The story is available online and will be featured on the front cover of the Arts and Leisure section this Sunday. If you're interested in reading this article, a link will be available in the description below. New from the Analogue Productions Atlantic 75 series, Bad Company, Run with the Pack, and Foreigner, Double Vision. And both of these are mastered by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling, and Foreigner was cut from the original Analogue master tape, and the Bad Company was cut from a 1/4-inch tape copy. And they are both 45 RPM 2LP sets pressed on 180-gram vinyl at Quality Record Pressings. New from the Verve Acoustic Sounds series, Stan Getz a Go-Go. And this was mastered by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab from the original tape and pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 180-gram vinyl. From the Craft Recordings OJC series, the incredible jazz guitar of Wes Montgomery. And this is all analog mastered from the original tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent and pressed at RTI on 180-gram vinyl. It comes with an OB and is in a tip-on jacket. New from Mobile Fidelity, the hybrid stereo SACD of Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac. And My Funny Valentine, Miles Davis in concert. And this is a 180-gram super vinyl LP mastered from the 1/4-inch 15 IPS analog copy direct to DSD to analog console to lathe, and is a limited numbered edition of 3,000 copies. New from the Blue Note Tone Poet series, Hank Mobley, 3rd season. Curtis Amy and Frank Butler, Groovin' Blue. And both of these are mastered from the original master tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio and plated and pressed on 180-gram vinyl at RTI. From Fidelio, Audiophile Analog Collection Volume 3. And Emile Claire Barlow, The Very Thought of You. And both of these are single LPs mastered by Renee LaFlame with the lacquers cut by Bernie Grunman. Up for pre-order coming next week, March 14th, from the Bluesville Acoustic Sound series, Lonnie Johnson, Blues and Ballads, and Mississippi John Hurt, Today. And then coming April 18th from the Verve Acoustic Sound series, Duke Ellington and Johnny Hodges, Side by Side. And all three of these titles are mastered by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab from the original tapes and pressed on 180-gram vinyl at Quality Record Pressings. And then coming in April, the next two titles from the Analogue Productions Atlantic 75 series, Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis, and Donny Hathaway, Everything is Everything. And both of these are mastered from the original analog tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio and will be pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 280-gram 45 RPM LPs. Additionally, in April, from the Lost Recordings, the Miles Davis Quintet, The Complete Live in Paris 1960, Volume 2. This is a 180-gram double vinyl, limited to 3,000 hand-numbered copies, a 2024 remaster by the Lost Recordings from the original analog tape, and is cut by Kevin Gray at 33 1/3 RPM and pressed by Simon Garcia in France, and will be housed in a tip-on gatefold jacket printed in Italy. Around this time last year in the Vinyl Vault, we put out a video showcasing some of the bundles we have been making, and the most popular bundle we've sold is this 20-piece miscellaneous classical grab bag. And this time around, we're going to be offering a bit more tailored selection of grab bags. We have dozens of bundles available by composer, by instrument, by label, and we're just getting started with the bundles here, and there'll be a full-length video we'll be putting out soon. But for now, many of these are already online, and if you would like to check out some of these bundles, you can click a link in the description below. Back in stock this week from Mobile Fidelity, the hybrid stereo SACD of Bookends by Simon and Garfunkel, as well as the Ultradisc One Step of Hotel California by the Eagles. And this is a 180-gram 45 RPM double album pressed on super vinyl. Other titles in this week from Parlophone, Kraftwerk Audubon, a 50th anniversary Blu-ray disc. From Atlantic, Ace Frehley, Now Playing, a limited edition on cobalt blue vinyl. From BMG, Bob Mould, Here We Go Crazy. From Bush Branch Records, Eric Clapton, Meanwhile, on gold vinyl. From Craft Recordings, Joe Henderson, Multiple, a 2025 remaster part of the Jazz Dispensary Top Shelf series, and was mastered from the original analog tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio and pressed on 180-gram vinyl at RTI. Other titles from Craft, Celia Cruz, Son Con Guanguanco, and Alter Bridge, One Day Remains, a 20th Anniversary Deluxe Edition. From Dark Horse Records, Ben Montench, The Melancholy Season. From ECM, Paul Bley, Open to Love. From Inside Out Music, Jethro Tull, Curious Ruminant. And this is also available as a limited deluxe edition 2LP box on clear vinyl with 2 CDs, a Blu-ray disc, and an art book. From In the Red, Theoses, Carrion Crawler, The Dream on translucent pink vinyl. From Mercury, Elton John, Caribou on vivid sky blue vinyl. Bunch of titles from Music on Vinyl. Galt Macdermo, Hair, the original soundtrack, on magenta vinyl. Santana, Lotus, a limited edition triple album on translucent yellow vinyl. Two Cellos self-titled album on blue vinyl. Chuck Berry, Collected. The Modern Lovers self-titled, a limited edition on cool blue vinyl. Cedar Walton, Eastern Rebellion 3. Dennis Brown, Super Reggae and Soul Hits on orange vinyl. Rodney Jones, Articulation. And Opeth, Heritage on red and black marbled vinyl with a booklet and a poster. From the Numero Group, Margot Guryan, Words and Music. From Partisan Records, Jeff Buckley and Gary Lucas, Songs to No One, a limited edition on blue denim and white vinyl. From Real Gone Music, Lee Hazelwood, Love and Other Crimes on sea blue vinyl. Cliff Martinez, The Neon Demon, a double album on blue and purple splatter vinyl, limited to 900 copies. The Ginger Baker Trio, Going Back Home, on forest green vinyl. Doug Carn featuring the voice of Jean Carn, Spirit of the New Land, on blue with black swirl vinyl, limited to 750 copies. And Calvin Keys, Shaunique, on black and blue swirl vinyl. From Reprise, Neil Young, Oceanside Countryside. From Rhino, Yes, Close to the Edge, a super deluxe edition LP that includes 5 CDs and a Blu-ray audio disc. And David Bowie, Young Americans, a limited 50th anniversary edition, half-speed mastered at 192 kilohertz, restored from the masters of the original record plant tapes with no additional processing during the transfer, and the lacquers were cut at half-speed by John Weber at Air Studios on a customized Newman VMS 80 lathe. From Rise Records, Spirit Box, Tsunami Sea. From Ruben Blade Productions, Ruben Blades, Robert Delegado and Orquesta, Fotografias. From Side One Dummy, Flogging Molly, Within a Mile of Home, a limited edition on Eco Mix Tobacco vinyl. From Sony Music Latin, Shakira, El Dorado, on metallic gold vinyl. And Celia Cruz, Regalo del Alma, on silver vinyl. From Southeastern Records, Jason Isbell, Foxes in the Snow. From Superior Viaduct, Sonic Youth, Hold That Tiger. And from Warner Brothers, Disturbed, a 25th anniversary limited edition of The Sickness on green vinyl. In other exciting news that I wanted to share with you, my band House of Artifacts will be releasing its first full-length album on March 21st. It's an album we've put a lot of love into, and it's an album I wrote, recorded, and mixed, and Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab did the mastering on it, and it is plated and pressed at Quality Record Pressings. And if it's something that you're interested in giving a listen to, it will also be available on all streaming services. And now it's time for an employee pick. And this week's pick is coming from Tristan in the IT department, and his pick is Parasomnia by Dream Theater. Dream Theater's Parasomnia is a triumphant return to form, blending the band's signature technical prowess with a revitalized energy that longtime fans will appreciate. Marking the highly anticipated return of Mike Portney on drums after 16 years, this album feels like a perfect fusion of the band's past and present, delivering some of their most dynamic and emotionally charged music in years. The songwriting is focused, the production is crisp, and the performances are nothing short of stellar. Parasomnia is a must-listen for both hardcore Dream Theater fans and newcomers. It proves that even after decades in the game, the band is still pushing boundaries, creating music that is both technically brilliant and deeply engaging. This is progressive metal at its finest. Thank you, Tristan. Well, that wraps up the new releases here at Acoustic Sounds for March 7th, 2025. As always, everything you saw in the video today will be available on our website via links in the description below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the email newsletter in the footer of our website, and follow us on any social media platforms you use. We'll see you next week.
please like and subscribe for more audiophile content.